Everyone, welcome to the show. I have an update to share about one of Trump's Capitol insurrectionists. It's time for an episode of Where Are They Now?
Matthew Bledsoe was arrested. Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
So 33-year-old Illinois resident Kash Kelly was on pre-sentencing release for a federal drug trafficking case in Indiana when he traveled to D.C. He joined the mob in storming the Capitol. So he wasn't out on probation or pre-trial release. He had already pleaded guilty, and he was just awaiting sentencing when he decided to violate his pre-sentencing conditions by traveling to another state, which he didn't have authority to do so. He didn't have approval for traveling to that particular state, and he took part in the Capitol attack. And before entering the Capitol, Kelly was photographed. He was standing on a concrete banister. He was waving an American flag, encouraging others to storm the building, basically. And then Kelly himself entered the building through a door that had been breached by Trump's mob. He made his way through the Capitol crypt where he stood on a statue. A friend of his took a picture of him. And then he walked around a bit, taking photos. And then after he exited the building, he shared the photo of himself on the statue. And along with the photo, he wrote on Facebook, quote, "The day we let the traitors who constantly push the divide in our country know that we are done playing their games. All people of all colors came together today, and I couldn't be more proud to be an American." Then he gave a media interview, and in that interview, he said, quote, "We feel like our voices weren't being heard, which is why we ran through the Capitol building to let them know this is our house and we were united. Black, brown, red, yellow, didn't matter. White, everybody stood together. We ran through that building and let them know that this is our house, this is our country, and that's our president. And we are not going to let them fuck with us, man, fuck with our liberty and our freedoms. We're going to keep doing what we are doing." Following Kelly's arrest, he told the FBI agents that he was very angry at the police for throwing flashbang grenades and tear gassing the crowd for no reason. What he said, yeah, just breaking the law, just entering property you have no right to enter, no reason. Then he claimed that some guy in a military outfit handed him the flag and told him to go inside the Capitol, but the guy said, "Don't break anything." So he did what the guy told him. So Kelly was arrested on January 21st of last year, and he was charged with entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and parading in a Capitol. Shortly after his arrest for January 6th, a judge sentenced him to 4 years in prison and 3 years of probation for the drug trafficking conviction. And in November of this year, Kelly pleaded guilty to the parading charge for January 6th. So he was facing an additional up to 6 months in jail, 5 years of probation, and $5,000 in fines. This time, the prosecutor asked for the full jail term. So the government requested 6 months behind bars to be served following Kelly's current sentence. So not concurrently, after the fact. They also asked for 60 hours of community service and $500 in restitution. And the prosecutor noted in the government sentencing memo that Kelly has an extensive criminal history in addition to the drug trafficking charges. Although they didn't provide specifics, they just mentioned that they had given that to the judge in a list and that it had been provided to the court. So I wasn't able to locate that. As for the drug charges, Kelly pleaded guilty to the lesser of the numerous charges against him. So he pleaded guilty to conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute 500 grams or more of cocaine and 100 kilograms or more of marijuana. The judge in that case said that it was, quote, breathtaking that he would, quote, think it's a good idea to take part in the Capitol attack right before his sentencing. But Kelly remained defiant about what he did in D.C. He told the judge in that drug conviction sentencing, quote, I made a mistake in standing up for what I believe in. I took a picture in a place that I probably shouldn't have taken the picture. It was wrong for me to take that picture, but it was not wrong for me to be there. Now, keep in mind, this guy has 11 children. 11 children. This one goes to 11. He thought with 11 children at home to feed and clothe that the best use of his time and resources was traveling to Washington, D.C. to commit another crime on behalf of a man who wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire. I really do feel for his kids, though. They are the only true victims in all of this. So in regard to January 6th, U.S. District Judge James Boasberg presided over Kelly's case. I couldn't find any information about what went down at the sentencing hearing, but Judge Boasberg sentenced Kelly to an additional 60 days in jail and a $500 restitution fee. So, I mean, you know, it's unbelievable that the judge wouldn't give the prosecutor what they're asking for, given his history, you know, but considering that he's going to be in prison for another 2+ years, as it is for the other crime, you know, then on probation for another 3, this sentencing was kind of irrelevant. It was probably the best we were going to see from Boasberg. He's another weak Obama appointee. What a waste. You know, from what I've read, Kelly seems to have gotten his life back on track. He left the street gang known as the Latin Kings. He testified against them. He did put himself in jeopardy. He put, himself at risk by doing that. And it sounds like, from what I've heard and what I've seen in the news, he's done some good things for his community. People really looked up to him, and then comes along the lifelong con artist who projected the strength of a father figure that Kelly was obviously looking for, obviously needing. He lost his father at a young age, and he fell for it. Anyway, guys, I'll let you know when and if I hear more. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, subscribe. Please leave a donation if you can, a super thanks on YouTube, or a tip over on TikTok. And TikTokers, please follow me on YouTube just in case I lose my TikTok account. All right. Thanks so much, guys. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.